I don't play many roguelikes or roguelites because I know that the game is going to be hard and I won't ever beat it at all. So it's safe to say that Hades is truly my first roguelike experience. Hades is an indie isometric roguelite made by Supergiant Games. If you can't read, then you would know that this game is based on Greek mythology. Now let me explain the plot to you. You play Zagreus, the son of Hades, trying to escape from the underworld, but before you get to the surface, you'll have to go through the depths of the underworld, which are Tartarus, Asphodel, Elysium, and the Temple of Styx. After conquering these depths of the underworld, you can finally get to the surface. Simple enough, you know? Simple. In the attempts of escape, you get help from the gods and goddesses through boons. Each boon is specific to a god, and they give you 3 randomly picked options that either give you a stat boost or give you some type of status effect. Then you have your weapons, or infernal arms, and you have 6 of them. The Stygian Blade, your starting weapon, with a ground pound as its special. The Eternal Spear, a decently ranged melee weapon you can throw at enemies. The Shield of Chaos, a defensive melee weapon with a bull charge and a ranged throw. The Heart-Seeking Arrow, the first range weapon that awards pacing your attacks. The Twin Fist, a pair of gauntlets that can do multiple hits in a row. And the Adamant Rail, a gun that also shoots rockets for some reason. All weapons also have different forms called an aspect. You can unlock these aspects by giving your weapon Titan's Blood. Since this is a roguelite, you will eventually die, but you can get upgrades to make yourself a bit more stronger. Using the Mirror of Night, you spend darkness to get permanent upgrades. With each run, you can also carry a keepsake, a trinket that gives you some type of benefit. The way you get these is by gifting nectar to NPCs, and after a certain amount of encounters, the keepsake will get an upgrade. A keepsake from a god will guarantee their boon and have a higher chance to get a rare boon. And a keepsake from other characters will differ since there isn't really a set benefit. Hades is a very balanced game. You can theoretically beat the game with any weapon using any aspect. But if you are having some difficulty, if you check the options, you may notice a God mode option. Activating it, you get a 20% damage reduction, and every time you die, you get an additional 2%. The damage reduction caps at 80%. So if you suck at the game or want to experience the story or whatever, then God mode's for you. But if you think the game's too easy, then why not try the Pact of Punishments? Once you've beaten a run, the next time you do an escape attempt, there will be a list of ways to make the game harder for yourself called Heat. This makes the game harder and lets you gain more bounties. For example, if you beat a run with the Stygian Blade and get all the boss items, the next run you do with a Stygian Blade, you'll only get darkness for that boss. So you will eventually gradually turn up the heat to get more bounties. The bounties cap at 20 heat, but you can still go higher if you want a better challenge. This game's probably the best roguelite for people who have never played a roguelite before. It has options for both people who suck and veterans with God mode and the Pact of Punishment. Having been a run with every weapon, I can say that some are better than others, but they all feel good to use and have their type of playstyles. The type of keepsakes you can get change the way you play, and I think that is a really good thing. If you want to know what I use, I run Athena's keepsake to guarantee a deflect boon, and then I switch to Achilles' keepsake to get the damage reduction. So yeah, if you want a roguelite that is pretty simple and beginner friendly, then go for Hades. Thanks for watching. We are not a month into 2022 and we've broken the goal of 200 subscribers thanks to all of you. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and comment on one thing like about Hades. School has started, so if you see a small decline in uploads, then that's why. I don't fucking have time for this shit. So goodbye guys. I'll see you in the next video.